Hello. A few years ago, a friend of mine who is a nutritionist and also a Christian was interviewing a lady who was morbidly obese, and she was counselling her, and her job was to help encourage this lady to seek different ways of finding healthy lifestyles that are new to her, and also how to lose weight. Now, she was more than 5 stone overweight, so she not only felt ugly, but she had a lot of health problems, and she had tried everything. She said to my friend, I have tried every single diet, every single form of meditation, every single form of mental and physical training. I have gone through all the gurus and I'm desperate. I will try anything. I've got to lose weight. I want to be happy and I want to overcome this horrible thing that I'm going through. So my friend's sitting there and she's thinking, well, it's really difficult, you know. It's not my job to tell people about Jesus. I don't want to get into trouble, because you have to be careful when you have a professional job. It's not appropriate always to mention things. But when she actually finished talking to the girl, they were just having like some time together, just as, not so much as a patient and a counsellor, but just some time together, just as one-on-one, just people. And as she was hovering and staggering to her car, she stopped again and she turned to my friend and she said, I'll try anything. I will actually try anything. So my friend said, well, there is one thing I think you haven't tried. And she said, what's that? So she started explaining to her the good news about salvation, and explaining that God is a healer, and God is also a mental health healer as well as just a physical healer. And he is all wise, all knowing. He's our creator, and he has provided ways in which we can overcome really awful difficulties. And she just explained it in a very simple way, but just said, you at least try and consider what I'm saying. Consider Jesus Christ and his power, and he's not a magician, but he can help you if you turn to him. Well, she stood there listening to my friend intently, and then when my friend finished talking, she said, oh no, I'm not that desperate. And it was kind of really comical and shocking for my friend, because this woman had said, I will try anything. Do you know of anything? And then, of course, when my friend did say, well, I actually know what the answer is to your problems. It's not necessarily going to help you straight away, but it will be the path to mental and physical healing. She didn't want to know. And it inspired in me a comical, now when I say comical, this isn't laughing at people, this isn't laughing at atheists, but I wanted to make a kind of humorous play that people could perform, just to encourage those who are atheists and are hard-hearted and are refusing to hear anything else about the possibility of creation and that they have a God that loves them. Just for people who are hardened to the gospel story, just to help them to see, kind of like, in a humorous way, kind of like the hypocrisy or the contradictions that sometimes we make as human beings when we just don't want to know about a particular thing. I haven't added the character parts because I'm going to read this to you. So this is just a little sketch where there's lots of different people saying different parts, and I hope you like it. It's called I'll believe in anything. I'll believe in anything. That's always been my way. I'm prepared to hear what Christians have to say. But aren't they all hypocrites, always talking about sins? My philosophy is run before the lecture begins. I'm good, so I know when I finally die, I'll become a god and float round the sky. If I'm wrong, how will I tell? I guess I will know when I'm burning in hell. I'll believe in anything, so don't bug me now. I can follow the stars and worship a cow, but there wasn't an ark. I don't believe in the flood, and who could get saved by a Jewish man's blood? That's too complicated. The Bible's too colossal. It's easier to believe I came from a fossil. I'm not sure how this fits in with creation. Maybe I've got a weird imagination. Some say I'm daft to think I evolved from an ape, but I know they're my ancestors. You can tell by my shape. I've bonded with these animals. They put me at ease as they beat their chests and swing through the trees. I want to scratch my armpits, eat bananas by the dozens. When I visit the zoo, you can tell they're my cousins. So I was ecstatic and rather elated when Mr. Darwin told me I wasn't created. But sometimes I'm scared and I get into a state at the thought that one day I just might mutate. I'll believe in anything. I'll learn from the tribes. I'll watch their traditions, then pick up the vibes. I'll add a bit of truth to make it seem authentic. But listen to those Christians. Man, no, they're eccentric. What's all this jargon about the power of the cross? What's this about humility? I want to be my own boss. You see, I know best. You're not strapping me down. Give my life to Jesus. Do you think I'm a clown? Oh, I'll sing and I'll clap, I'll dance and I'll chant, I'll worship a madman and call up my dead aunt. God speaks through the Bible, but that's not enough. I'd rather waste time doing foolish stuff. I'll believe in anything, anything at all. I believe in the Big Bang, but not in the fall. Who is so stupid to say they believe in the Garden of Eden and Adam and Eve? And what about Noah, that ark-building stud? What happened to the water after the flood? Don't tell me it vanished into thin air. Stories about miracles are things I can't bear. But when I'm in pain and in need of a cure, a touch from above is welcome, I'm sure. There's nothing like suffering that makes me feel there's a God in heaven who's able to heal. I saw a one-eyed alien at the bus stop last week. He was very handsome. I tried to get him to speak. I'd love to make contact and find his airbase. Maybe he'll invite me to join him in space. Surely the universe was made for exploring. Having just Earth is really quite boring. The alien disappeared. I never saw him again. Must be those strong pills that I take for migraine. I believe in UFOs and reincarnation. With horses, I have a great affiliation. I believe in Ouija boards. They're such a blast. One said I was a stallion in my distant past. It's harmless fun that gives me a thrill. But now I'm hearing voices that tell me to kill. I feel there's an energy in the atmosphere, and the flow can stop just by moving my chair. Some say it's silly to feng shui my room, but it really does help to reduce my gloom. I'm a yin and yang disciple with firm dedication. That's why my doctors put me on more medication. I'll keep the toilet seat down and put my bed on the roof. But Jesus is Lord. No, I need proof. Sometimes I look at nature and think, how was this made? But I'm an unbeliever who you won't persuade. I don't believe in Jesus because my eyes have been blinded. But I'll believe in anything because I'm open-minded. I hope that you liked that poem, that drama sketch, and I hope that you will be able to use it in a gracious way to help people just stir up their consciences a little bit and think about the ridiculousness of some of the things that they say as atheists and as people who refuse to believe in the creation story and the gospel story. God didn't call us to mock people of other faiths, but he did call us to find ways to let people know that what they are thinking and saying is really crazy. I mean, we all know it takes more faith to believe in evolution than it does the creation story. So I hope you'll be able to use that in a gracious way with some people who just need that little jolt, maybe somebody that you're friends with and you don't want to upset them, but at the same time, Jesus said, if they hated me, they'll hate you. So if they do get upset by it, so long as you have delivered it in a gracious way, it's just one of those things about being persecuted for Christ. So take care. Let me know if you've been able to use the poem, the sketch, and what the outcome was of the person to whom you gave the sketch to. I will see you again with 2 more excerpts from my book, and then I'll be on to another one. So take care. Bye bye. It's not quite night yet here, but if it's night where you are, have a good night, or if it's day, enjoy your day. Bye.